going back 10 years now to the Rugby World Cup 2003 in Australia. Seems like a long time ago, but because of what an experience these World Cups are, my memory is still fairly clear. I remember even from the first game we played against Georgia, the nerves going in to that game, just the unknown. You're playing against a team that you never really play against, and you don't know what to expect. You don't know what to expect from the ground, from the stadium, from the fans, who's going to be there, how many people are going to be there, how it's going to go. I remember that initial kind of trepidation going into that game. But then from the pool stages, probably the biggest memory the most clear memory I'd have would be, probably second would be winning the game against South Africa and realising just how important that is, how that was at the time. But then probably ahead of that would be the sheer shock of playing against Samoa the following week, about 4 or 5 days later, and just getting shell-shocked by a team that just came out firing. And it was one of those games where suddenly you realise that everything you've worked for, everything you've put into this tournament, all the hours, all the matches leading up to it, all for this one opportunity, and it can go just like that. Just when a team, has a purple patch and they played fantastic. It took us an hour to get ahead in the game, and when we did, the final whistle went after that. We scored a couple of tries at the end, and the relief was monumental. I've never felt anything like it. At least I thought I hadn't until we got to the quarterfinals, when we went in fortunate to be 10-3 down against Wales and nothing more, and an enormous half-time talk and turnaround in the dressing room that gave us the ability to go out and sort out that game, and where we were going wrong and how we needed to affect things to win. And that relief, therefore, undoubtedly trumps the previous one against Samoa, because at that point in the change room, everyone was looking around, just thinking, what's happening? After everything we've been through, this journey is going to end at the quarterfinals. As it was, we pulled together, and maybe that was the key moment, because after that, we didn't really look back. The semi-final was a game, perhaps where the talk was more about the conditions. We spent all week preparing to play in warm weather conditions, as we were supposed to be, thinking about how we were going to try and attack the French side, moving the ball around, really enjoying getting all 15 guys into the game early. We woke up on the morning of the game to a drizzle outside the window and realised that, okay, well, if that's what it's got to be, that's what it's got to be. And a fabulous performance from the forwards allowed us to take on France and play a fairly clinical match, which got us through to the final, with a little bit of breathing space just at the end of the game. So, that was a good moment, knowing that I was into my first World Cup final, but against the host nations in their own backyard. It was certainly never going to be easy, and the obvious memory of the final for me was being so near and yet so far twice in the game, when we were getting 1 minute from winning it in normal time to be pulled back for a penalty, 1 minute from winning it in added time, extra time, to be pulled back for a penalty, and then having one shot. And like I said before, everything you've put in to an experience, everything you've put into that journey, we thought it was going to go against Samoa and against Wales, but now you realise just how important every single one of those bricks in that wall that you've built is. That foundation, every single minute, every word spoken together, all those things coming together to give you one opportunity in 30 seconds of rugby to take a ball from one half of the field to the other half of the field and score. And to put all that together at the end of a journey like that, amongst a squad like that and a group of coaches like that, in Australia, against Australia, with the fans that we had there, with the guys watching on TV, with the stress of the press and the media that goes with it, to come out of that 15 or whatever it was, 20 seconds from the end, was will undoubtedly be the best memory of my life.